Welcome all the participants. We will start the workshop at 11:30. So we wait for a while for other participants to join here. Okay, good morning, everyone. Now, this workshop, we have done the setting, the streaming to Facebook. Okay, so it's 11:30 now. We start our workshop. Okay, first, I introduce myself first. I'm Li Wenxiang from Utah. Welcome to today's virtual workshop, Interactive Exposure to Spreadsheet Applications through Microsoft Excel. So if you have any question, please leave your question at the chat box. We are streaming this workshop live on e-KLESF Facebook. Please help us to like and share this video. Now, I would like to introduce our speakers today, Mr. Lee Heng Yu and Ms. Ng Yen Hong. Mr. Lee Heng Yu is currently a lecturer in the Department of Computer and Communication Technology, Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. Mr. Ms. Ng Yen Hong, she is currently a senior lecturer in the Department of Commerce and Accountancy, Faculty of Business and Finance, Utah. Okay, now without further ado, we will turn the time over to Mr. Lee and Ms. Ng. So now welcome Mr. Lee first. Hi, Mr. Lee.
Hi, good morning, everybody. And welcome to this e-KLESF 2020. And for the next 1 hour time, I'm going to introduce to you the spreadsheet. Okay, all right. And within this 1 hour time, it is rather difficult for us to give a full workshop of Microsoft Excel. So what I would like to do is, I will The objective of this basically is to introduce the concept of spreadsheet to young people. All right. I will be the first speaker of today, where I'm going to show you what this spreadsheet is all about and what you can use it for. And the second session will be handled by Ms. Ng, where she's going to demo to you, and probably you can try it later how to use it. Okay. Now, before we even talk about the spreadsheet, let us think about it first. What do we use our computer for? And of course, we use our computer to do our office work. Okay, and at home, we always use our computer for entertainment. Example, you use it to play games, you use it to watch video, and we also use computer for communication and socializing. Example, like you should be very familiar with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things. And of course, we also do serious work at home, right? Okay, and we call it productivity work. Now, what productivity work that you have done with your computer? Okay, so I suppose for students, secondary school students, and even primary school students nowadays, you are using it to work out your assignment. You are using it to probably to record things. Okay, and you are using it for many other purposes. Okay, but the majority of those productivity work would involve documentation. Okay, the documentation means you are going to prepare document. Okay, example, you are to write letter, okay, to prepare for your assignment and any other homework. And this sort of productivity work we call it word processing. And sometimes we also use our computer to prepare presentation material, where we are going to use it to convince other people about our idea, what we want to do, where you are going to show your nice chart, your nice table, all those things. And we call it presentation tools. And of course, we also use computers to store data and to organize and to analyze data. Now, I want everybody to pay more attention to this data part. Why? Do you realize that in the 21st century, one of the most important assets is data? It's no longer oil, it's no longer gold, but it's data. All right. Now, what is this spreadsheet about? Spreadsheet is a type of computer software or application that deal with data. Okay, and unlike this Microsoft Word, okay, which is a word processing application that everybody are familiar with, spreadsheet basically will look like this. So spreadsheet is an application that makes up of plenty of rectangular boxes, and each of these boxes we call it cells. Okay, and if we were to combine these boxes horizontally, we call it row. Okay, and vertically, the combination of all these cells, we call it column. And we are going to enter our data into each of these cells. Unlike, again, the Microsoft Word, where you just click into places that you want to type, and then you just simply type. Okay, but in this spreadsheet, you have to type everything in the cell. Okay, so I'm going to demo to you. I'm going to show you how do we use this cell, the combination of these cells or row and column to store data, to organize our data, and also to analyze our data. All right. Now, first, let us take a quick look into how we store our data. Imagine a scenario that you want to record how you have spent your pocket money in a school canteen every day. So what you do is, okay, now of course next year January everybody will be going back to the school for school students, right? So now you want to start to record down your spending. All right. So the first day of school supposedly will start on the 4th of January. Okay, so you just key in the first row. This is the cell. You key in this in one cell. Monday, you key in another cell. Week 1, you key in another cell, and then what you have eaten in the school. And of course, you are going to enter all these things after your school. All right. So you have eaten curry mee. Okay, on Monday, which is 4th of January, you have eaten curry mee, and the price that you have paid for is RM1.50, and also you have also purchased a Milo ice, which is also RM1.50. Okay, now the next day, 5th of January, which is a Tuesday. Oh, you are going for curry mee again. So you just recorded it down, 1 ringgit 50 cents. But now you are drinking ice syrup. So you paid 80 cents for it. Following by the 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, until Friday. Now you have all the information. Saturday, Sunday, you rest at home and you don't have pocket money properly. Okay. Now for the second week, you continue with the recording again. Okay, so if you can do this until the whole year, until the entire 2021, so you have the full years of data already. Isn't it storing of data? All right, now next year, I mean in the 2022, you can refer back again. Your data will still be there. So this is the function of storing data in using spreadsheet. And of course, this spreadsheet is not a specialized application to store data, but it does have the ability to store some data which is not too complicated. And in fact, most of the time, we can use it for our daily data, which is more than sufficient. All right. So for such a simple data, it's very simple. This is just an example how you spend your pocket money. Your father, your mother may store the data on the daily expenses, how they have spent the money. Okay, to do a record so that they can check how much that they spend per month. All right. So this is how we use spreadsheet to store data. And again, bear with me. Later on, Ms. Ng will show you how to do this. Okay. Now, the second function of spreadsheet is to organize the data. Okay, just now we have you have key in all the daily record of the spending, but after you have key in all the things, now you may think that now I want to check, I want to do a quick check how frequent that I purchase this chocolate buns or curry mee. Then you can just rearrange it. Do you want to re-key in everything again? Of course, no, you don't have to. Based on what you have key in just now, here, okay, with a click of with a number of clicks, you can quickly come up with this table already. You don't have to re-key in everything. So this is not the typical Microsoft Word document, the word processing document. Of course, some of you may think that, hey, I can always do this in the Microsoft Word, right? I use Microsoft Word because it's one of the most common word processing application that everybody using. All right. Of course, you can create this as a table in a word processing application. All right. But if you do that, you won't be able to rearrange it easily. Okay. But in spreadsheet application, it's just a number of clicks, then ta-da, then you will get this already. Okay. So now I rearrange it by the food, by the type of food that I have purchased. Now you can easily see, okay, I purchased chocolate bun a number of times. I have purchased curry mee a number of times. So this is how we organize our data. And of course, you can always organize it by the drink that you purchased, or you can organize it by the price of the food. Okay, so there are many different ways that you can organize your data using this spreadsheet, and you can do it very easily. Now, the next slide, I will show you how do we use spreadsheet to analyze the data. Okay, for example, your mother may like to know your favorite canteen food so that she can prepare for you. All right, you see, your mother loves you so much, right? Now, and of course, now you can see this nice chart, right? Okay, one is a pie chart, one is a bar chart, okay? And if you have prepared all this in using a typical word processing software, you key in all these things in a table, you won't be able to get this already. Okay, you have to go and count, and you will have to go and draw this by hand. But if you are using spreadsheet, it's just again a number of clicks, then this chart will be produced automatically from what you have key in here. Based on what you have key in here, the spreadsheet application will count for you automatically how many times that you have purchased chocolate bun, how many times that you have purchased the curry mee or fried bihun or other type of food. Now your mother would will know already. Oh, my darling seems to like curry mee very much. Okay, and I think he or she may not like nasi lemak too much. All right. Okay, this is what your mother can observe based on what you have eaten. Okay, and of course, it can also be presented using a bar chart and many different type of charts. All right. Now, I want to show you another example of how we can use this spreadsheet to analyze data. Now, your father also want to analyze your spending already, but your father may be more money-minded, okay? Now, your father may want to analyze your spending behavior. You want to know how you have spent your money, okay? So he can quickly come up with this table. Again, your father does not have to create this table. Everything are from here. What you have in again with a number of clicks, ta-da! Then this table will just come up with a number of clicks. He doesn't have to key in everything. Okay, now based on this table, your father will be able to know that, okay, for example, this table I have summed up all your spending for the month of January and February. For week 1 of January and February, you have spent 20 ringgit 70 cents. For week 4 of January and February, sum out everything, you have spent 23 ringgit. Okay, but if I want to check every Monday, how is your spending for every Monday? I just take a look into the sum at the bottom here. So you see, for week 1, okay, there are 2 week 1, right? For January and February, right? Overall, you have spent 6 ringgit 50 cents. For week 2, you have spent 5 ringgit 50 cents. But for every Monday, for the 2 months, you have spent 24 ringgit. Okay, now, so what do we see from here? Monday, you spend every Monday, you add up, you spend 24 ringgit, Tuesday 20 ringgit, Wednesday 15 ringgit, until Friday, oops, 9 ringgit 30 cents. What happened? A sharp drop. What happened? So now, based on this, your father may realize that, oh, he has mistreated you by giving you less pocket money. So Monday, you are very rich. Okay, you have a lot of money to spend. Friday, you are so poor that you don't have much money, that you can only spend so little, right? All right. Or maybe your father will be able to catch you. You use all your pocket money to buy comic books, right? Okay. Now, this is another chart that your father can produce, okay, by referring to the data that you seen earlier. Okay. Now, this shows that your spending pattern by day from Monday to Friday. Okay. Now, let me show you here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then another Monday again. Again, you will see the pattern. Okay, you seem to spend a lot on Monday, then reducing until Friday, where you spend the least. Okay, so what happened? You use the pocket money to purchase comic books, right? All right. Okay, now that's the joke. All right. So you can see that this spreadsheet is so useful that you can, based on what you have in, this is the only thing that you have in manually. This table is the only thing that you have in a spreadsheet, and you use it to store your spending data. But based on this only, you can come up with this automatically. You don't have to key in already, and your mother will be able to produce this chart to know your favorite food, okay, based on what you have keyed in just now, and your father will be able to know your spending behavior. Okay, so isn't this wonderful? Now, I hope that with this, you have some idea about how you can use the spreadsheet, okay, which is very different from, I think, mostly one of you, everybody are more familiar with, which is Microsoft Word, since most of the students, you always use it to prepare your school homework, right? Okay, so for the second session, I would like to invite this Miss Ng to give you all a quick demo about how to perform some of these tasks. Okay, Miss Ng.
Hello, a very good afternoon to all of you. My name is okay, Yan Hong. Basically, I'm a lecturer in Faculty of Business and Finance. Okay, so my part will be to demonstrate how we can actually use Microsoft Excel, okay, a spreadsheet, okay, for a recording purpose, okay, like what Mr. Lee has demonstrated, okay, explained. So what he has explained to you, I'm going to actually show you how we actually navigate, okay. So the purpose of this workshop is I get to, by chatting, okay, I get to know that secondary school children are actually not exposed to spreadsheet, okay, like Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel is a useful spreadsheet. So I would think that it is a good exposure to let more teenagers, okay, like in the secondary school, to be involved, because when we are in the primary school, we have computer labs, isn't it? Okay, but when we move up to secondary school, in fact, we do not have any more computer lab sessions. So I think this is going to be a very good session to allow you to be exposed to what is Excel. Okay, so first of all, this is a spreadsheet. Okay, this is how Excel worksheet looks like. So like what Mr. Lee has explained, these are cells. Okay, and we have these columns and we have these rows. Okay, so I can select columns, okay, by, okay, this, I can select a few columns. I can also select a few columns, okay, alternatively by holding my keyboard, holding the control button. All right, so I can hold the control button, then I can select, okay, multiple row, which is not continuously. Okay, so by using the control button. Row similarly. Okay, so I'm going to prepare a worksheet, okay, that looks like, okay, that looks like this. Okay, so how am I going to prepare this worksheet? So first of all, I can actually put the header, okay, the header. I can change, okay, the worksheet, like this is my header, date, but I can change the font type. Okay, so these are all the font types that we can actually explore. So usually I like to use Arial because it's actually big and round. So I find it easy to see, and usually I use the font size of 12. Okay, but for the purpose of demonstrating, I'm going to zoom, okay, to 120, okay, percent zoom, so that you can actually see it clearer. Now, the first column will be the date, and I would like to have the day as well as the food, okay, and food price, the drink, okay, and the drink price. Okay, so as I type, you would notice that the column is not enough, okay, to fit in the font. So what I will do is I will adjust the column width. Okay, so you will notice that my mouse, my cursor, okay, my cursor is a fat cross, isn't it? Okay, this is the cursor. So when I move my cursor to between column D and column E, I would notice that the cursor is actually be like that. Okay, it becomes a slim cross where the arrowhead, okay, so there are arrowheads next to it. So I will be able to adjust the column width. Okay, so what I can do is I can adjust the column width, okay, to make it wider. Okay, so this is what I can do. And I can also adjust the column width for two columns by holding the control button at my keyboard. So I can select column D and press control button and select the column F at the same time. So then I can adjust the column. Okay, so I can adjust the column width. Okay, so you will notice that the food price and drink price column are larger. Okay, then followed with I can, okay, adjust the drink and the food because I need a wider space, because I'm going to type out the name of the drink and I'm going to type out the name of the food. So I need a bigger space. So I will adjust the food and drink column. Okay, so I will click on the food column and I will click on the drink column and I will adjust it to a larger space. Okay, so as you can see, okay, I'm dragging two columns at the same time. So if I'm not actually selecting both columns C and E, then I'm adjusting one column at one time. Okay, so this will make, okay, my speed faster by holding the control button. You just have to click the control button when you select the column. Okay, so next, I will want this to be the header. So since I want this to be the header, I will select. Okay. Okay, so I will be selecting this header. So when I select this header, okay, you can change the color. Okay, so this is my header. You can choose the color that you want. Okay, or you can make it black. Okay, up to you. You can make it black and the font be white. Okay, so feel free to play around with this header color. Okay, now, so first of all, this is the date. The date of the data, okay, starts from the first day of the school. So let's say the first day of school is 4th of January. Okay, so 4th of January is the first day of school. So what we will do is we type in 4th January 2021. Okay, so Excel will know that this is a date format. So I just want to show you when I click on this A2, okay, we call this A2 cell. So the A2 cell is a date. So you notice that here is the date. So for other cells, you will notice that here write general. So it means that these are the format cell which is general, but these are the dates. Okay, so I can actually make the header, okay, to be all at the center. All right, and here you can make it a bit bigger, okay, and make it align to the center. Okay, so my spreadsheet will look neater. Okay, so later after the demonstration, I'm going to give you a file. Okay, this file, okay, with the list, okay, so that you can also try it yourself. Okay, after the demonstration. All right, try yourself the functions that I'm sharing. So I am not sharing a lot of functions, but I'm trying to get you to be exposed to how useful Excel is, okay, and be interested to do it yourself, okay, so that you are more exposed. Okay, so these are the dates. But since I want to prepare for 2 months, okay, I don't want to type in for 2 months. So what you can do is, this is the continuous date, okay, because I want it to be 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I want it to be for 2 months, okay, starting from 4th of January until 28th of February. So what I can do is, I will highlight, okay, I will select these 3 dates, and then I will, okay, you will notice that my cursor now is across, okay, across. Then when I move my cursor, my mouse, when I move it to the bottom right, okay, so you notice this bottom right, okay, this, okay, it will become a slim cross. So then you just have to drag. You notice that when I click, hold my mouse and drag down, the date will be 7th of January. Then drag down further, it will become 8th of January. Further down, 9th of January. So I just have to move down, okay, my mouse, okay, I move down and continually pull it down until 28th of February. Okay, so I don't want to do until 1st of March. So I will just do it until 28th of February. Okay, so where I will release the cursor. Okay, release my mouse. Then this is what I have. So I don't have to actually type it on my own. Isn't it interesting? Okay, so 4th of January is a Monday. So I can check on the calendar. 4th of January is a Monday. So what I do is I will type in here a Monday, okay, and put it at the middle. So this is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And since these are the weeks, okay, the weeks of the day, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it will continue, okay, to be there like that. So I will just click at the bottom right, okay, where I click and drag just now. So I will do the same. So you'll notice that at the side, okay, it will show me that this will be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it will repeat the same format. Okay, so I will pull it down until end of the month where it will repeat. Okay. All right. So this is what I will have, okay, the days until end of the month for February. Okay, so you'll notice that the format, okay, stays. Okay, 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it will speed up our work. So I don't have to type. I don't have to type all this as well. Isn't it interesting? Okay, so let's say now we are doing the documentation. Okay, the food that I take on Monday is curry mee. Okay, so curry mee, so we type in. Okay, and the price is 150. Okay, so when you type in 150, okay, and the food of Tuesday, I'm taking curry mee as well. Okay, so curry mee, okay, and the price is 150. And after that, I actually buy the fried beehoon. Okay, and 150. Now, you will notice that here I'm using the middle alignment. Okay, and let's say subsequently Thursday I buy the fried beehoon at 120. Okay, this is 120. And this is nasi lemak. Okay, on Friday I purchased nasi lemak. And it cost me $1. Okay, and how about the drinks? The drinks actually purchased Milo ice. Okay, at 150. And Tuesday I buy the curry mee and along with the ice syrup. And ice syrup is cheaper at 80 cents. Okay, and this is a lemonade. Okay, lemonade. Wednesday I buy lemonade. And Thursday I buy fried beehoon. Okay, with plain water. And that cost me 30 cents. Okay, so when you, Excel is actually very smart. When I just type P, it will actually have a smart guess. It gets, hey, are you wanting to type plain water? So it will come up, okay, for me. So you see, it actually came out. So I just have to press enter to accept it. Okay, and that is 30 cents. Now, as for the layout, if I continue to let it to be at the middle, it will look not so neat, isn't it? Okay, you will see that the which one is neater? Do you think this left alignment will be neater? Okay, so if you feel that if the left alignment is neater, so what I can do is I can highlight the whole column, okay, and I can choose this left alignment, okay, left alignment, and because it's so near to the date, I want it to be a bit further away, so I will click on this left indent, okay, increase indent. So then I can adjust the header to be at the middle, and then this is actually aligned to the left. Okay, so it will look neat. Okay, so it looks neat and tidy. Now, as for the drinks, I will do the same. Okay, I will make it to be left indent. Okay, and then the header to be at the middle. All right, so that it looks neat. Now, as for the price, you will notice that it is actually at the 1 decimal place. Okay, at no decimal place for this. So why is it so? It is like that is because this cell is actually a general cell. So what I would do is I can actually have a choice of putting this RM. Okay, so what I can do is I will actually select this whole column. Okay, why wouldn't I select this row? Okay, these numbers. Okay, because it's actually cumbersome to select just selective cells. So what I will do is I will select the whole column. Okay, and I'm going to choose this currency. So it can be a dollar, it can be a pound, it can be euro, dollar, or Chinese, okay, renminbi. Okay, so I'm choosing RM. So you notice that all become dollar and cents, okay, automatically. So I'm going to do the same, okay, select the whole column for the drink price, okay, just choose the currency. Okay, so this will be the, with the currency as well as dollar and cents. So dollar and cents are 2 decimal places, isn't it? Okay, so it will come up automatically. Okay? All right. So if you have any questions, you can actually ask, okay, at the end of the session. Okay, you can just use the chat function at the Zoom. Okay, or if you are watching from Facebook, you can actually type in at the comment box. Okay, so I'm going to move on, okay, with the analysis part. Okay, so this is actually to demonstrate to you, to show to you how the documentation is done. So let's say this is the weekend, so we are not going to school, so we can actually leave out the weekend and then we continue, okay, for the documentation. So on Monday, what do you have? Okay, so you just continue. Okay, maybe I purchased the nasi lemak, $1, and I actually getting the ice syrup at 80 cents. Okay, so you can actually continue. So whatever you are typing out, okay, fried beehoon, okay, the left indent will stay because just now the adjustment is for the whole column. Okay, and the price that I type in here, okay, will come up RM, because just now when I do the setting, I do not just do on the selected cells. I'm actually doing it for the whole column. Okay, so that is the usefulness of adjusting a whole column at the one go. All right, so maybe on Tuesday, I'm buying the plain water. Okay, that cost me 30 cents. Okay. All right, I believe you can follow. Okay, so next I'm going to use this data, okay, which I'm going to share out this list, okay, of the data so that you can actually do the analysis yourself as well. You can try it out at the end of the session. Okay, so what are the useful analysis? Of course, there are a lot of functions in spreadsheet that we can use. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to cover all of them in today's demonstration. Okay, but I am going to show you some of the interesting portion, okay, that you can actually do it, okay, hands-on yourself, try out yourself. Okay, so one of them is I want to show you is the data sorting. Okay, so I can actually use this information, and we actually add in another column here. You can see that there's a week, okay, where just now I didn't have the week. Okay, this week column is added, okay, by just right click, insert, okay, add in this week. Okay, this is considered to be the first week of the school. Okay, so we just type in, okay, this is the first week of the school, and this is the second week of the school, okay, and then followed with the third week, okay, and the fourth week. All right, so then it start off with week 1 again at February. Okay, start off with week 1 at February, week 2 of February, week 3 of February, because later on I'm going to analyze the data according to weeks, okay, according to the weeks of the month. Okay, so that is for the analysis part. Okay, so first of all, like what Mr. Lee has demonstrated, okay, we can actually arrange my spending record by the type of the food. Okay, in fact, we are going to use a function called data sorting. So when you are doing data sorting, okay, we usually have to select all of them. Okay, so what you can do is you can select, okay, from the first cell, like this is A2, okay, cell A2. So you select A2 up to, you can click this A2 cell, hold and pull down, okay, and pull down, okay, to select all the data. Okay, but sometimes I understand that if we are to select the data, sometimes we may have a slip of hand. Okay, so you may lose control of your mouse. Okay, go too fast, and then you want to scroll up again, then down again. Okay, it becomes difficult. So what you can do is you can actually click on the cell, okay, A1, A2. Okay, so you click on the cell A2, then you look at the shift button on your keyboard. Okay, but before you press on the shift button, you just have to scroll down to the last cell is this G57. So what you will do is your cell is now at A2. So you scroll down, and before you click G57, just have to press the shift button and click on the G57. Then we are selecting this range of the data. Okay, so I'm repeating. You just have to have your the selection now is at A2. Then you scroll down. Okay, this is where I want to select the data until G57. Okay, row G, column G, row 57. Okay, so we press on the shift button now and we click. Okay, so I'm selecting this range of data. Okay, so you will do away with selecting using the mouse and sometimes you lost control. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I want to sort, I want Excel to help me to sort according to, okay, now we can sort it according to the day. Okay, so it actually sort it according to the day. Okay, like what are the days, usually which day, okay, I'm actually consuming, what food I buy. So I can also sort it according to the food. So in this case, I want to sort it according to the food because I want to know how many times I buy chocolate buns, how many times I buy curry mee, how many times I buy fried bihun. Okay, so I sort it according to the food. Okay, sort it according to the food, I can analyze this further. So how do I analyze this further? So I want Excel to count for me. I'm not going to do it manually. I don't want to count like that. Okay, chocolate bun 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I buy chocolate bun 7 times. Okay, and then curry meat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I buy curry meat 8 times. No, okay, if I'm doing like that, I might as well do manual recording, isn't it? I might as well write it in my book. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to select all the food that I purchased, just this range of the data. Okay, only the food. Okay, so after that we can use one function called the pivot table. Okay, so what you will do is you can go to this tab. We have the home tab, we have the insert tab, okay, where we have all these functions. We have the page layout, okay, and formula tab, okay, data tab, review tabs, as well as the view tab. Okay, so one of the very useful functions I want to show you is when you scroll down, you will notice that my header went missing, isn't it? Okay, so one of the very useful way to look at the header, okay, when I scroll down, I still get the header is you just choose row 2 and you click on freeze pen. Okay, so when I scroll down, I still have the header with me. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good function. Okay, so I repeat. Okay, you just have to select where you want the pen to be freezed. Okay, so for example, if you freeze up to row 2, okay, then you click row 3. Then you freeze pens, then you will have row 1 and row 2 frozen. Okay, so row 1 and row 2 is frozen, and when you scroll down, you will still be able to see row 1 and row 2. Okay, so that is the function of freeze pen. So I'm freezing row 1. So what I will do is I will now select, okay, the food. Okay, then I insert the pivot table. Now, when I insert the pivot table, Excel will actually ask me, where do you want to insert the pivot table? Do you want it to be at the existing worksheet, or do you want it to be at the new worksheet? So usually I will select a new worksheet because it will not disturb my original data at sheet 1. So what I will do is I want it to be at a new worksheet. So what I will do is I click OK, then it will appear here. Okay. So now over here, okay, what I will have is I will have this pivot table fields. So I want the food to be at the row so that I will know that, oh, I will have the Excel to help me to calculate how many times chocolate buns, how many times curry meat. So I will drag this food to the value and it will become the count of food. Okay. All right. So it will become the count of food, whereby it will tell me, oh, okay, like what I've shown you just now, I don't have to manually count. Chocolate buns is 7 times, curry meat is 8 times. Okay, so here it will show me that, hey, I buy chocolate buns 7 times, curry meat 8 times. Okay, isn't it wonderful? Okay, so of course, if we are using pivot table as a working, the data that we may have may not be just for 1 month or 2 months. Okay, so I'm using some relevant examples, okay, so that you can understand at your stand, okay, like how you spend your pocket money, okay, for your food. Okay, so but if the information is shown at the table format, it will be less interesting. So what we can do is we can actually show it using charts. So I will select this information, meaning that I will select this row, okay, as well as the count of the food. Okay, so this is the information that I want to draw in my chart. Okay, so I can draw it here. Okay, you just go to the Insert tab. At here, you will be able to see this is the column chart. So you can actually select it to be a 2D column chart, which looks like that. Okay, or you can select it to be a bar chart. Okay, or I can select it to be a bar chart where it will look like that. Okay, or the 3D one. Okay, so you're free to actually choose whichever you like. Okay, so maybe I'll just do this. Okay, I'll choose this. And if you do not like the color of it, you can always change the color. Okay, you can change the color. Okay, Excel a lot of color. You can just play around the color. Okay, so people who love color can spend some time, okay, to navigate around the color. Okay, of your choice. Okay, now next I can also choose, okay, to show this in a pie chart. So you can select this information and insert another pie chart. Okay, so I can have the pie chart to look like that. Okay, 2D pie chart, I can have it as a 3D pie chart. Okay, so you can actually have them drawn, okay, of a different format. Okay, so interesting, isn't it? Okay, so I can choose a 3D pie chart. So you can actually have them, okay, with you. Okay, the bar chart, the column chart, okay, or pie chart. Okay, so this is to show the frequency of purchasing. Now, besides that, what can I do? Okay, besides that, I can also use Excel to do formulation. For example, I want to know how much is my total spending. Okay, how much is my total spending? So over here, I can put in, okay, total column. Okay, so I can copy and paste so that I get the same format, so that I don't have to go and adjust at the color, isn't it? Okay, so total column means that I want to know how much in total I spend. So I want to add up this 80 cents with this 30 cents. Okay, so it means that I want this cell E2 to add up with this G2. So what I will do is I will put in an equal sign to ask Excel, can you help me to add up E2 and plus with this G2. Okay, so I'm using the keyboard, the arrow button to actually navigate, or you can use the Excel, or you can use your mouse. Okay, so you can equal, okay, equal 80 cents plus you move your cursor and click, okay, select, okay, this G3. Okay, then you press enter. All right, so am I going to repeat that? No. Okay, actually what we can do is I can just move, okay, this formula, which is this, okay, you just press F2 and you will notice that the formula is E3 plus G3. So I want this similar pattern to actually copy down, okay, for the rest of the row of column H. So what I would do is I will double click, okay, because you can copy and paste. You can copy this formula and you can scroll down and paste. Okay, no problem. But if I want Excel to do it for me, automatically I can do the double click as well. So you just have to move your cursor to the bottom right, okay, and you will see that the bottom right is now the cursor, okay, change the shape to slim cross, isn't it? Okay, so then at this, okay, bottom right, okay, then you just double click. So when you double click, wow, amazing. It just copy down the formula, okay, for me. All right, and where does it stop? It stops when the table stops. Okay, so that's the function. All right, so now I have this total. Okay, I can actually put it at the center. All right, so now what I can do is I can analyze this information with the total amount. Okay, so here what I will do is okay, we have done this. Okay, so I want to know how much I spend for the whole month of January, February, okay, and sort it according to the weeks, as well as sort it by the days, okay, with the sum at the side of it. So what I will do is, this is actually using a pivot table, okay, to do it. So again, you select the data. Okay, again, you select the data, okay, up to the day that I spent. All right, so this is up to here. Okay, then you insert a pivot table. Okay, once again, Excel will ask me, where do you want to have the table. So please select the new worksheet. If you select the same worksheet, it's going to be a bit messy. Okay, so usually I want it to be tidy, neat and tidy, a new worksheet. So I want the row to be, oh, sorry. Okay, the selection of the data has to be with the header. Okay, so you can see that if I did not choose the header, okay, I will have all these as my header. Okay, the date, Friday, chocolate buns, so it's going to be messy. Okay, so you have to select the header as well. Okay, which is the date, day, week, including this import. Okay, so you can actually select by click and drag until here, or you can use the shift button like I showed you just now. So insert again, pivot table, new worksheet, press OK. So I want, okay, the row to be the week. Okay, I want it to analyze the week, and then the day to be the column. So you just have to click the day and then drag it to the column, and when you see a line appearing, then you release. Okay, but don't get too nervous with this, because you can actually just click and drag. You can change anyhow you want. Okay, you can change anyhow you want. Okay, so that you notice that the format, if it doesn't fit in the purpose, you can actually change it. All right, so it doesn't really look so nice in this week. Okay, so what I will do is I want it to be the week is at the row and the day is at the column. Okay, so you just have to click, drag, and release. Okay, so you just click, drag, and then you see a line appearing, then you release. Okay, so that's what we do. All right. So I want the total, I want to know how much I spent. So you click, drag the total to the value, and you release. Okay, and the day is at the column. So you notice that the amount comes out. Okay, but if the data appears like that, it looks messy. So what we will do is we select all the columns. Okay, you just click and then drag to column G, and then you adjust the column, okay, for one column, and it will adjust automatically for all the columns. And I want it to be all 2 decimal places, so you just click on the comma style. Okay, so you click on the comma style, it will all be 2 decimal places. So it will look much neater now. So what information are we having over here? It actually analyzes for us the information, how much you spend by each week, by each day. Okay, so these are the, it's actually a pivot table that actually includes the data sorting function. Okay, so it's a very useful information that I have sorted here. Okay, so this is the total spending. Okay, sorted according to the days, and we have the total over here by the week. Okay, so we have the total by week. I have the total by days as well. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is, okay, how do I actually analyze a chart, okay, my spending by day. Okay, so over here, I go back to my original data, but since the chart that I want to draw over here is actually according to the days. Okay, so I cannot have my information sorted according to the food. Remember just now we have done the sorting according to the food. So what I need to do is I need to sort it back to the day, okay, to the date. So you sort it back to the date, okay. So then from the date, I will now analyze the spending. So you will choose the spending, which is from the first day, okay, you select until the last day, which is 26th of February. So then you can draw a chart. Okay, it can be a bar chart. Okay, it can be a line chart. For this case, a bar chart is not so suitable, isn't it? Okay, so I want a line chart. So we can select the line chart, okay, without the marker, okay, or with the marker. Okay, so we can actually choose one with the marker, okay, and we have this line chart to show us our spending. So we tend to spend more on Monday, isn't it? Okay, we tend to spend more on Monday, okay, and we tend to spend less, okay, along the week. So this is how it looks like. So you notice that this line, can I change the color? Yes, you can change the color as well. Okay, so over here you can change the style, you can have the amount being included as well, okay, or exclude the amount, and you can choose the color that you want, okay, and you can change the chart title. Okay, so let's say you want it to be total spending by day, so you can change this to be total spending by day, okay, as the title. So you can feel free to actually copy this chart to a new worksheet, okay, or you can copy it to a Word document, okay. So that is the end of my demonstration. So let me now look at any questions that you may have. Okay, you can actually type it at the chat box. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna share to you the file. Okay, at the Zoom chat here, so that you can actually try it on your own here. Okay, so perhaps I'll just leave all this info here so that you can actually see, okay, how I do it. Okay. Okay, let me just change. Let me just click it to your chat box first. Okay, so that I can pass the file to you. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have sent out the demo file. Okay. Now I'm going to look at your questions. Okay, so the working file I have just sent out, okay, to answer your questions by Lee Wee Kian. Okay, why your pivot table no number of count of food? Actually, you have to click. You have to select it. If it doesn't come out automatically, what you can do is you can select it. Okay, you can select it to come out. Okay, you just have to click on the pivot table. Okay, you can just have to click on the pivot table, then the pivot table fields will come out. Okay, then what you will do is you can choose here. Okay, let's say I remove it. Okay, for mine it doesn't come up. Okay, so I just have to click on this. I got this pivot table field. So what you can do is you can click on you just click and drag this foot. Okay, click and drag this foot here until you see the value, then you release. Okay, then you have this count of food. Okay, in fact, I can also choose it to be the summation. Okay, so but the purpose of me is I want to calculate how many times I buy that food. So I just use the count will do. Okay, that is to answer your questions by Lim Fu Shun. Okay, and also Kimberly. Okay, now show you the date again. Actually, how do I do it so fast? Okay, by Kimberly. Okay, basically the date when I type in, I just delete date. I just type in for the first time, 4th of January 2021. Okay, then 5th of January 2021. So it's a continuous date. So I just have to select these two by holding Shift button at my keyboard and arrow down. And at the bottom right, I will have this cursor. Then I just have to drag down. Then it will automatically change for me. It will actually automatically be a continuous running date for me. Then I will just drag down and release, and it will be like that. Okay. Okay. So when I type in the food, okay, like curry mee, when I type in first time curry mee, when I type in the second time is curry mee as well, I just have to type a C, and Excel will guess what I want to type in. So you can just press enter. Okay, I don't have to copy and paste. Okay, so this is to answer Kimberly's question. The pivot table, because due to the lack of time, okay, for those who would like to review this video again, okay, the good news is this is actually streaming to the Facebook. Okay, we have the e-KLESF, okay, page at the Facebook. Okay, so you can actually go to the Facebook and you just type in KLESF. A copy of this video is available there. So I have already shared this file with you. Okay, the file of the demo. So what you can do is please download it from the chat, and then you can actually try out those that I have just done. Okay, so these are the things that I have just done using the pivot table, drawing the bar chart, the line chart. Okay, so you can actually try on your own by looking at the video again, which is available at the Facebook. After the session ends, you can actually see this whole video again at the KLESF at the Facebook. Okay, now, so how to count the quantities? So to count the quantities, we actually use the pivot table just now. Okay, so you just have to select the data. Okay, select the data, and then you just have to select the pivot table. Okay, you just have to select the pivot table. New worksheet. All right, so I just want the food, that's all. Okay, so here, like what I mentioned just now, I can put in the food price. Okay, it's flexible. I can put in the food price, but I don't want the summation. I don't want the summation. I want the count. I want to count the frequency of me buying the nasi lemak, buying the fried rice. So I can change the value field setting to count. Okay, so this will give me the frequency, how many times I buy the nasi lemak. Okay. Okay, so Kawai, okay, you can watch back the video about how we do the data sorting. Okay, but as just a quick demo, you can just select all the data. Okay, you can select all the data. Okay, and then you just do the data sorting. Okay, at the data tab and sort. And when you do the sorting, it will ask you which column you want to follow. But if you actually select your header, okay, you select your header as well, then you can actually have a clearer, okay, name, which sorting accordingly. Okay, so this is to answer Kawai's question. Okay, now, okay, for Kimberly's question on the date. Now it depends on the version of the Excel, but basically if your doesn't follow a continuous date, okay, so for example, if I start off here a date, okay, let's say I want it to be today, 17th of December 2020, okay, and then it doesn't change for you to be a date format. What you can do is you can change yourself. Okay, you just have to select it to be a short date. Okay, so usually I prefer a short date because a long date would appear like that. So you see, it can be a 17 and December in full. So it's quite lengthy. So usually I will select myself. If your Excel doesn't help you, you have to do it yourself. You just change it to be a date format. Okay, so that will do the trick. Of course, you have to do for the whole column. Change the whole column to be a short date, okay, format cell. And then this is, okay, the date as well. Okay, then you can actually try to pull it down again, okay, to be a continuous date. Okay, so whether the date appears to be a dash or appear to be a slash, it can actually be formatted here. More number format. Okay, so we can actually change. Okay, you can actually change it. It can be a year, month, date. Okay, the format can be year, month, date. It can be a date, month, year. Okay, so you can actually change over here. Okay. Okay, so for those who are not able to get the material at the chat box, okay, Miss Lee, okay, the MC has already given a shortcut key. Okay, so you can just click on that. So feel free to watch this video again and at the Facebook KLESF. Okay, so the video will be still available after this session and at the Facebook KLESF. So feel free to share with your friends about a spreadsheet because I feel that if you are actually not learning about spreadsheet at secondary school, I think it is a good way to be exposed, because sometimes your project may require you to do some charts, okay, or something that you can actually benefit by using Excel. So feel free to explore further. Okay, so that is the end of my demonstration. I hope that the session today is useful to you and you find it useful and interesting. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'm going to pass the session to Miss Lee.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee and Miss Ng. Okay, so if you have not get your file, just now I posted a short link. You may get it, you can download from the link there. Okay, if you are watching from Facebook, I also have posted a link there. Okay, so if we miss out your question, you can type it again, or you leave your question at the comment section of our Facebook live video there. Then Miss Ng can see it again later. Okay, so now let me post the feedback form link. Okay, I have posted the link. Appreciate if you could help us to fill up the feedback form. And then before we take the group photo, let me promote for next event first. At 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, we will have our virtual sauce. For 1 o'clock, the title is Colorful Paper, Scissors, and Glue in Maths. For 3 o'clock is Sharing Session, STEM Innovation in School. You may join us again in this Zoom using the same link. Okay. Okay, so since now the time just a little bit over 12:30, so I would like to request that all participants please turn on your webcam. Let's have a group photo. Okay. Okay, we will take a few shots. Okay. Okay, now I can see some faces. Hello. Okay, are you ready? We will take a few. Okay, let's take the
Thank
first.
you, Miss Lee.
Okay, yeah, I can see both of you there. Okay, we take the first one first. Okay, smile. Okay, hold on, we still have few. Okay, next one. Some more, we take one more. Okay, okay, we done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lee, and thank you, KLESF, for organizing this event.
It's our pleasure to have you to conduct the workshop. Thank you, everyone attending this workshop.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for attending. Bye-bye.
Okay. So if you miss out anything, please watch back the video at KLESF Facebook, Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair. Okay, we will end the session now and see you at 1 o'clock for our virtual sauce. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss Ng.
Thank you. Bye-bye.